I'm Upper Reality, and I make beats, and then I sing over them so that people don't steal them. It is really early for me at the moment, and so therefore I am so excited and thankful to be here with Kosi Williams, that guy, African dancer amongst other types of dancers, a stand-up individual, fly guy. How you doing today, man?
Good. I'm doing so good. It's a great day out, and you know I'm a nature boy, so this right here does me good. Does me so good. Like, I'm just so happy to be alive. So happy to have woke up this morning.
Yeah.
It just gets me so thankful. So thank you for even being here and being able to do this.
Thank you for having us come over. You know, it's a beautiful sunny day in LA. Kosi is one of the main figures, a dancer in my upcoming music video / short film / EP, Body High, coming to you December 3rd. I really appreciate your presence in that, by the way. You spiced that thing up, man. Like, you know, we usually go into like a whole like, you know, where are you from?
Yeah.
But we've already said
right
from LA native.
My city.
That's somewhat rare. Like, you know, you have. I'm not from LA. And you have, you know, you probably come up on all kind of people from different places.
Yes.
Different kinds
Yes. You know, it's definitely a beautiful city to just experience all types of stuff, and I think it's very diverse.
So, 20 years old, yet is a professional dancer, like full blown. That's how, you know, we've met. He teaches every Thursday in Leimert Park, African dance.
30.
Yeah, you got to show up, and you got to show up to drum class afterward with his brother Kosi. I mean, especially if you're in LA, like for an extended period of time or just to come through, like you gotta make it there.
And Monday for beginners class too, 6:30.
Oh yeah. Yes. So when you grew up in the Leimert Park community,
yes.
Right? We've spoken to Leimertians to an extent before, and people who are listening have a little bit of an understanding.
Yeah.
But tell more about Leimert Park. You know what it means to you, what it's done for you, in just shaping who you are.
Yes, that is a big question because I'm looking at both cameras. That is a big question because actually, my dad has been setting up there since the beginning of my time. So he moved here from Philadelphia, where he's a black entrepreneur. So he went to Leimert Park and just kept setting up, selling his stuff, making a name for himself. Uncommon Sense is his organization or whatever his group, his thing. That's his thing. We'll go there after like probably a rehearsal or school, and we up in there in the car doing homework while he walking around, or I'll go play in the trees or stuff, or walk around while they're drumming and stuff, or help him. Like that was just, it's just so beautiful to see it on Moesha too. Like that's my home. It's really my home. And also Juneteenth, like it took it.
So the storyline, if I'm not mistaken, goes like, you know, when you guys were young, and Leimert Park was popping, and then it kind of started dying off a little bit.
Yes,
put the gate around the park and all that noise, and then it was like we're in a bit of what they've been calling it Renaissance. They've been like calling these words. What's been your experience of that?
Definitely. Also, so the thing is, I'm gonna keep it 100, 1,000, wow. So basically, like, I love Leimert Park. Like, I used to love Leimert Park all the time. It started to get very, like, homeless people were coming around. People, you know, even like when I started getting older, just natural teen things, like my dad's people are around. I'm like, I don't need to see them all the time.
Yeah, right.
And they going back, you know, giving a report to my dad.
There's a little bit of a dynamic, because I'm about to be 26 years old, and I feel like some of the elders around there, I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll see you intermittently.
Right.
You're not the kind of person I need you to know all my business, okay?
Exactly. I'm just like, I'm going to just go somewhere else. I got other things to do. And then I started getting more into dance, like, heavily, so it takes time, so I didn't even have time. So
yeah, that makes sense. And also, I'm sure, like, as an LA local, it's like you and I have had conversations, and you have that itch to travel and go see the world, which is so interesting, right? Because all the rest of us are like, oh, we want to come to LA, and you're like, I'm trying to get them.
I'm trying to get out of here. I want to live here, but I definitely want to be on tour. But place.
So dancing, right? It's like your thing that you would go on tour with. How is that for you? What's that origin? Where did you start up with that?
Okay, so that's a whole thing. All right, so we start at, let's go all the way backtrack to first days being born even. My mom was a dancer, so she passed away 2005, but it's definitely a thing that I brush over because it's life. It really is life, and my dad has taught me a beautiful lesson to not look at death as a bad thing. It happens all the time. So definitely, that's one big thing that I love hearing from my dad. But so my mom was a dancer and my dad was the drummer. So she had Kosi, and we still dancing in the womb, everything. So then we come out and they're like, do it. Just like all the other kids right now, Marcel's and the right, and that's literally how we grew up. Like
that intergenerational vibe when it comes to like African drum and dance tradition is so fascinating to me. It's something that drew me into it. And
that was definitely me as a baby. Baby Kosi. And Kosi sounds so baby to me because everybody say Kosi.
It's a bit baby.
See? That's what I thought. And people are like, Kosi sounds so dead. I'm like, all right, I'll go with it.
Right.
I'll go with it. But yeah, I definitely grew up as one of those babies. And at first it was like Forrest. He was like, you do this solo right now.
Oh,
you do this, if you're going to do it full out. Do it. And I'm just like, Dad, I don't want to do this right now. And sometimes we used to get in trouble for it.
Yeah.
All facts.
Right.
But in the moment, we started loving it because it was just like, this is something I want to do. And Beyonce also
plays a role.
Definitely in so being from LA, of course, the ghetto-ness, but we also had like the culture too. So I'm a fine mix between the two. Definitely getting the sassy from Beyonce and like watching her do her thing and like being commanding of like an audience, being commanding of like the sass and like bringing you in fierceness. Like I love that, and I started learning her choreographies and stuff. I started also just always going to rehearsals Friday nights. I actually at that time I went to school out here and lived in Long Beach. So Long Beach was our dance community at the time, Denver Bra, and I went to school Broadway and 90th,
nice.
Watts Learning Center, and so it was still just a fine line of the two, and just having both of those, like culture and like still American, so it's like full African American type things, and just growing that together, and is definitely what made it.
As being a part of my music video and all that shebang, like what was that process like for you? You know what I mean? I'm calling you up like, you can come to this. We're in Angeles National Forest or wherever that we was at.
Yes, exactly.
How did all that go for you?
For me, I was just like, we need to make sure this happens. One, that's the first and foremost. Right. And then you saying that you don't have no dance technique, I'm like, please, we about to make that happen, and we've been training, so it's just like this is right up the alley because we need to get the movements for how you want to move in general, like something for your body and everything. Just as a choreographer, like you want to make sure that the artist is getting the movements that fits with the song and also fits with their body. So I'm like, let's go to work. We gonna go to work, whatever, and also booking a dancer too, like making sure that whoever is coming to dance like can handle anything. Because what if we want to jump off a little big old thing or something. We just need to be active, make sure that we could do whatever, because I've been in a lot of music videos. I just wanted to get a dancer who was ready for that. Johanna Blunt, definitely
Johanna
ready for anything. Of course. I mean, she works for her.
She
lioness.
Yeah, lioness, but she provided, I don't know, she gave the energy a warm hug. She just was very supportive. You could just feel the steadfastness in her force, and that was so integral.
And her loving energy, like, She told me I used to run to her all the time and, oh, Johanna, I love seeing you, like, as a little kid.
You can definitely see that auntie dynamic.
Yes, and so now she's definitely, like, the big sister of my life and just always helping me out. This is the start of, you know, more jobs that I'm gonna, you know, look out for her, and she's gonna look out for me as always. And we just we're cultural, like we're village, like we stay together and we support each other. We scream from the top of our lungs when somebody else is dancing. Like
how is stuff outside of what you grew up in?
African dance and culture, so that's a whole other story. So
I'm very curious about that because I've seen you teach them there and teach African dance right now.
Teach African dance, teach hip hop. So I was like, I want to go and go to a class. I want to go to some hip hop classes, go to some heels classes, whatever. And when I say the hip hop community was like, it's just not the same. Like sometimes they were standoffish, sometimes they were just like, oh, who are you? Like, you know, just all types of energies. And I'm just like, hey, I don't care. I'm gonna come up in here and we're gonna kill it.
Right.
It is intimidating. It's like every dancer has been through it. That's why I teach with a different perspective, because I know like what it is to first come into something and like, what is this? Like, and everybody's looking at you like, I'm just like, I'm here only for love. My biggest thing is love, and I fight for happiness. So I definitely love the fact that love is love.
I love that too.
Yes. And we can come together. And
so tricky question. So society right now. Society is a mixed bag. We get a lot going on.
That's a big talk.
And you know, and a lot of us, you know, we're having our own personal revolutions, right? Coming into ourselves. But a lot of us did that ages ago, and we sort of just affirming now. African drums, and especially also that whole American Park community, there's a lot of emphasis on this traditionalism, right? Especially with regard to gender, with regard to sexuality. Yeah. And, you know, there's a lot of us that are non-traditional in that sense of the word, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
What's been your experience with that? How's that panned out for you?
Definitely that society and like just like challenging like inner self and like sexuality, like definitely like for some reason you just born with how you born with. Right. However it was that it came about, that I liked to meet a man. It came about, and like really that thing is just like, it has nothing to do with nobody. As soon as I told my grandma, it was just like, she said, I told her, she was like, I was waiting for you to tell me. I said,
they always say that. It's always like, oh yeah, we knew since we were 3.
After that, I was just like, I don't care about nobody else.
That's fly.
I don't care about nobody else. My family loved me. It is what it is. It wasn't even nothing for me to get to it. Of course, there's going to be some people who talk mess, talk shit, all that. But it's just like,
they're usually like nowhere in life.
Right. We from LA. We got to fend for ourselves. And I'm a black man and also gay man. Right. Like back in the day, I was talking my mess and fighting at Thurgood Marshall. But you know, it's cool now. It's all cool now, and life is what it is. Like a lot of my friends like, oh my god, it's so hard. I'm like, no, chill out. It's good. What you want to do is breathe. What you want to do is evaluate your life. I'm laughing
because whenever we were first taking private classes, and I remember we were out here trying to do some shit, and I was like, I just be having this feeling, you know, when I dance it, I get this anxiety over me. And I remember you were like, okay, so I'm just gonna need you to like not. And I was like,
I'm just direct like that. I just be like, wait a minute.
I was like, I mean, when you put it like that, it is like, oh yeah, I can just not.
Yeah.
I can literally just not. It's just as easy as not.
It's easy as just turn off. It's just because you gotta breathe. You gotta breathe. It's gonna be a struggle. Nothing good is easy, so it's going to be a struggle, but it just matters how you deal with that struggle, and take everything with a grain of salt. If it sounds like something that is like go forable, I would say I'm making my own work.
You create your own reality,
my world, right. Your world. Create the narrative, like literally, like I'm like, okay, I hear you. But would that help in my my path. Let me calculate that, and if that's not gonna be good for me right now, it's not. Independent artist life, period.
Right. You have to really
you gotta work hard. Work hard for it.
Spread your shit.
So yeah, that's
Thank you so much for coming on and just talking your story, man. Like I said, we want to shine a light on everybody that was involved, get everybody out there and in the know. Like, you should know who these people are and the art that they do and the light that they bring to everything. It's so important, especially these days. You know what I mean? It's time now. You know what I mean? So, you can find Kosi Williams on Instagram. Kosi Williams with 2 S's.
And in your hood too.
Etc. And hit him up for a class. Right. He will come to you. Well, you should come to him, but he'll come to you.
I'm a more in-person person. I love the interaction in person. So you see me, you say something.
Right. Especially if you see
just
this.
Just like I will see it. I'm gonna say, what's that? Hey, give me a hug. When Corona shuts down.
When that comes back up. Anyways, so you can find Kosi on my short film / So you can find Kosi on my short film / music video / EP coming out December 3rd. So thank you so much, Kosi. Again, we'll see you guys on the flip side, and you all be good.
Yeah, I think this one just died.
See you all on the flip side. So you all be good.